Okay, welcome back. What I want to look at today is basic electrician tools. Okay, now this is by no means is exhaustive of tools. Okay, but there are certain bits of tools that you must have as an essential part of being an electrician. And I'm coming a little bit. No, okay, let me go back up. Sorry. Okay, I've got you. Okay, right. What I want to look at is basic practical skills, electrical installation, study notes for electricians. Aim here to teach basic tools, okay? So what you want to looking at is the electrical tool that you should need or have as an electrician. Now, excuse the fuzzy writing, okay? I extract it in order to minimize the superfluous information that might not be required. So I apologize if it's a little fuzzy, okay? But here you can see now, here we're looking at hammers, okay? And we're looking at ball peen hammer. Now I'm not going to read this out to you. I'm hoping that you can read this for yourselves, okay? Right. Available with a variety of head weights, okay? So you can have various types of head weights on them. And here's your ball peen hammer, okay? And your cross peen, okay? Difference is that here, the cross peen here, you can use this, I think, for trying to start nails in your timber frame when you're trying to put nails in, so forth. This end here would probably use just to tap the nail into position. Okay. That's your claw hammer, okay? And here, yeah, as I said, cross peen hammer, primarily a carpenter's hammer. Its tapered peen is used to start nails, okay? You got your claw hammer, which is for general use, okay? Now the lump hammer we normally use for smashing down brickwork or knocking walls through in order to get conduit or trunking through to the next side if there's a wall. But remember, you don't just go knocking down walls. Basically, you have to be sure that it is the right wall and you're making the right hole to the appropriate size of the conduit or trunking that you're trying to get through. Okay, you knock down the wrong wall and you can have the whole building coming down on you. Okay, and we don't want that now, do we? Okay, not by any means. And here's our lump hammers. Okay, good. Now saws, okay, hacksaw, okay. Some of you are quite familiar with this. Again, excuse the fuzzy bit. Okay. You got your tenon saw, you got your hacksaw for cutting wood only, okay. Pad saw or keyhole saw. Okay, we called it. These saws have no frame and consist of a narrow tapered blade fixed to a handle so that different sizes of blades can be used on one saw. Since the blade consists of little more than a narrow strip of steel, the saw can be worked in a very limited space. For example, once the material has been drilled to receive the blade, it can be used to cut a small hole in the center of a panel, for example, purely, okay? And here are your keyhole saws. Well, I call them keyhole saws, okay? They both do a similar job, but you can use this blade, you can get blade that size or even bigger to fit something like this, because these can be, I think, adjusted in size as well, even though they're fine and small. But they do a good job, because if you're trying to lift floorboards for the first time, you find that these come in very useful indeed. Just don't cut through the water pipe or the central heating pipe, okay? And we got a flowing saw. It's simply designed to cut through the tongue of the floor, of the floorboards, okay? And for you to enable you to make a start to lift the boards, okay? Here we have for cutting metal, any kind of metal, okay? It'll cut any kind of metal, those hacksaw, metal saw, hacksaw. These are various types of rail. These are various types. Okay. There are various types available as shown below. It's okay. Hole saw. Hole saw? Well, we just call them hole cutters, okay? Essential, a cylindrical saw blade fixed around a drill bit, okay? We just call them hole cutters. As simple as that. Nothing more fancy than that. And here you have a few various types, okay? Files. Now here you have files used to reduce the size of an object, remove irregularities, shapes and finish, etc. Serration on the face of the file, remove particles of material as it is removed across the face of the material. Now the files has various types. You have here we have a flat file, okay? You have a half flat file, okay? You have a half round file, okay? You have a round file. Yeah. Always fit a handle. You never use your files without a handle, okay? 4 types of files, teeth, and here are your teeth. Single cut, double cut, rasping cut, you would have heard of a rasping file, and curved tooth, okay? These two mainly are to do the rough work. So if you've got a heavy job on, you would use these two. Then as you come to finishing the job smoothly, you would use either one of the single cut or double cut, okay? Chisel and punches, cold chisel, okay? Now a heavy chisel for rough cutting of metal, flat chipping along the edge and removing rivets and bolt heads, normally used in conjunction with a ball peen hammer. Bolster chisel, okay, wood chisel, okay. And here are all various types of chisel. We have cold chisel, bolster or feather chisel, wood chisel, okay. Now this here is what you would normally be using to cut out your brickwork for your switches and sockets outlet, okay. This here will just simply be used to finish or to neaten up the hole you've made. Hole punch, normally used to make holes in sheet metal or punching holes for taps and other entry points, okay. Now center punch. This tool consists of a curled shaft for holding between the fingers with a sharp point at one end. The head of the punch is struck with a hammer. Center punches are used to mark a point on a material that you may want to drill, okay, etc. And here are your center punch, okay, and just your nail set. And this nail set actually sinks the nails that you've put into the floorboard below the surface level of the board to keep it and give it a neat finish, okay. Drills. Now the drills is used to bore holes. Now I'm not going to tell you about drills. You can read this for yourself, or you can gather additional information if you like. You use drills every day, so nothing new on that. And here we have breast drills, okay. Breast drills or brace drills, okay, whichever you might be familiar with calling them. And here's a different variety, number variety. I normally like to use this one. I like the ratchet idea of it. This one here, you got to push hard to get anywhere with it, basically. Okay. Raw plug holder and bits. This is a percussion hole boring tool driven by a hammer. Consists of a drill and the tool holder into which it fits. Okay. And here is your raw plug. Now obviously these bits slots into here, okay, and you can then hammer this end to punch a hole through to take your fixings, and this actually punches holes in to give you fixings, okay, when you're working out on the job. But now of course we do a lot of drilling with battery powered drills, so forth. We don't need so much hammering now. Have you hit your hand with a hammer when you were doing one of these? Do you remember the old days? Go on, tell me about it. Star drill, a handheld boring tool for use on masonry, okay. Okay, star drill. That's what it does, okay. You twiddle it a bit, okay. You twiddle it a bit. Okay, as you hit it, you twiddle as you hit, okay. Okay, well, I said twiddle, rotate, if you feel more comfortable with the word. But twiddle will do me fine, thank you. Bradawl. I can just a few examples of bradawls, okay. Just punch a little hole and it just gives you a start on it. Screwdrivers. There's a wide variety of screwdrivers, so nothing new to talk about. Just be aware of the various types, okay? And look at the head. Look at the poly drive. Well, I call it puzzle drive, you might call it something else, okay, etc. And each one will give you a different job, or give you a different torque when you come to apply certain force to unscrew or to screw in your screws into the fixings. Okay, electrician screwdrivers, cabinet screwdrivers, wrenches and spanners. Okay, here we have a foot wrench, a Stilson wrench. Okay, Stilson wrench, and these are adjustable wrenches and spanners. Okay, here we have vice grip, vice grip, or if you prefer, you can call them mall grips. Can be preset to hold at a given tension. Okay. Okay. And here, yeah, well, we call them on the job. You probably refer to them as mall grips. Okay. Open-ended spanners. Okay. Adjustable spanner. Here you have can be quite large in some cases, but be aware when you use these of the force you are applying, because they can then slip and cause you a little injury if you're not careful. So please be careful. Health and safety at all times. And an L-shaped bar, Allen keys. Okay, here's the various types we have here. This is double-ended open-ended spanner, double-ended ring spanner, and this is a box spanner. Okay, and here we have an Allen key. Okay, Allen keys. Now we have various types of Allen keys these days now, due to the fact that some people got smart and decided that they want to walk around with Allen keys in their pocket. Pliers and cutters, electrician pliers, combination pliers. These are basically engineered pliers fitted with insulated handles. Okay, so I can leave that for you to read for yourselves. Okay, what I've done here, try to give you a long-winded explanation. Okay, in this case, insulation strippers, resembling pliers, etc. I think I did some, I took out some color, some here, I think. Didn't I? Hang on, sorry, didn't I? 1 second. Long round snipe nose pliers. Hang on, let me just see what I can do with this here a second, for a moment. I'm surprised at this, because I thought that I had put some spanners, some pliers of various types in here. Here we are. Of course I did. Let me just go back to where we were to make sure that I haven't gone too ahead of far of myself. Okay. So again, pliers and cutters, electrician pliers, combination pliers. These are basically engineered pliers fitted with insulated handles. They have serrated jaws for gripping and bending, behind which is usually a curved serrated section for gripping metal. Okay, right, long, round, snipe, nose pliers, etc. Okay, you can read it for yourself, I believe. Yeah, because I can see it on my camera. Insulation strippers. Right, resembling pliers, while strippers have the tips of their jaws turned inwards at right angles towards each other. Okay, so side cutting pliers, designed only for cropping. These pliers should not be used for other purposes. Okay, and tin snips, used to cut sheet metal. Okay. There we are. Okay. Insulation strippers, electricians pliers, long nose pliers, side cutting pliers. Okay. And here we have a few versions. You know, I can't tell if these are meant to be cutters, side cutters or what. Look more like shears to me, but never mind. Measuring the marking of tools. Okay, let me just leave that for you to read for a moment for yourselves. Okay. And here we're looking at spirit level. Here you have small bubble, main bubble, a small bubble. Okay, making sure, giving you the option to make sure you, whatever you want to use, that you get the best level at all times. Okay, or the job you're doing is level. Plumb line or plumb bob, as we used to call it, chalk lines. Okay, you will still find them useful at all times. Once you're doing jobs of you're in the electrical industry, you will be using that at all times. Okay. Scriber, a sharp-handed and pointed metal. Okay. Tool used to inscribe lines on metal when marking out. Dividers and calipers. Okay. And here you have micrometers. Okay. Very useful tool indeed. Okay. For precision work. Very useful tool. For me, right, I wondered who was the guy that first invented the micrometer, and I haven't been able to find that yet, but I'll keep looking. Who actually came up with the idea of creating a tool that measures thickness within a thousandth of an inch, if I remember correctly, but don't hold me to it. Taps and dies, tap wrench. Okay. Stocks and die. Here we are. Okay. Stocks and die as well. Okay. MI cable tools. Very useful piece of equipment. This tool strips the copper from the MICC cable, okay, and leave you with the bare internal conductors. Let me be sure that I got that right. Okay. Crimping tool. Okay. This is a straightening tool here for copper for the MICC cable. It helps to straighten out the cable should there be any kinks in it. And here you have your crimping tool. Okay. Crimping tool. MICC. Safety test lamps, okay, soldering iron, gas torch, pop riveter, etc. These are things that you need, okay. Fortunately for me, I've used all of these IC tools, and I'm glad to say that I'm quite pleased that of my experience with using those such equipment. Okay, thank you. Hope you found this useful. Okay, have a good day, and that's where I will close. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.